Good evening. Head Injury Jane here. I'm going to come on and talk about a couple of things because my memory, the head injury, it's continually evolving, right? It's seemingly like when I think like, okay, I'm saying like a lot because it's almost hard for me to say what I'm about to say because it just doesn't seem rational maybe, or I don't know. It's not that it's irrational. It's that maybe it's unbelievable to me. For at least 20 or 25 years, whenever I order a cheeseburger or I make a cheeseburger, but most certainly from restaurants, fast foods. Yeah, this is a fast food cheeseburger we're talking about. I have always ordered extra pickles, extra dill pickles, and I'm on top of this thing. I take off the tomatoes, sometimes take off the onions, whatever. And tonight, went to go get cheeseburgers. Hey, Bluebell. Went to go get cheeseburgers and didn't remember to ask for extra pickles. But there have been a number of things today that I'm forgetting that doesn't even seem remotely even kind of like, I guess there's no logic to it, but it still seems odd when you don't remember to order extra pickles on your cheeseburger. And matter of fact, I ordered the wrong cheeseburger. Anthony was like, well, you got the wrong, he goes, because I was like, this bun, it tastes sweet, and these are sweet pickle, what? And he's like, because I was wondering why you didn't get the dill pickles. He goes, but you didn't even order the sandwich that you normally order. I'm like, yes, I did. He goes, no, you normally order the number 1 combo, and you ordered like the number 7. I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, you didn't even order what you normally order. And I was like, Jesus. But it's like so much stuff like that it kind of doesn't make sense. Like my hair, it's wet. It doesn't make sense. The things that you forget, or maybe some of the things that you may experience. I mean, for me, for 20 plus years of ordering extra dill pickles on my cheeseburger, I mean, you can ask anyone who's ever known me throughout my whole entire life, and you can say, especially if, close to me, I say if known me, but I mean, people like who would know me that I would live with, if you would ask them, how do I take my cheese? Because I'm so particular about it. And it didn't dawn on me. And there was another important date thing that would be a correlation to somebody. Didn't remember the date. And I was looking at it. I mean, 1986. I'm like, oh, 1986. And, I'm thinking of all these other things. And the person that correlates with is standing there with me. And I'm like, he goes, yeah, that's my birthday. And I'm like, that's right. I know that. Didn't even recognize it as his birthday. But of course, I didn't recognize my own mother's birthday for the first time this past June. The head injury happened in August of last year. In June of this year, didn't recognize her birthday. When I realized, because I was making appointments, that's when I was actually probably getting all of my initial assessments done about this, because it kind of all came to a head this year, no pun intended. It all kind of came to a head this year that something is wrong, something is off. And, so these things are probably going to continue to unfold for me until whenever. But so it's been over a year, and I have ordered cheeseburgers since then, obviously, right? And remembered to get extra pickles. So when now even further, right, into the head injury, the TBI, which, by the way, I think I may have already told you this in the last video, but my neurologist, she did formally diagnose me with a TBI, which, of course, we all knew, but you still have to have a formal diagnosis to move forward. It's part of my life now, and it's important that, but I guess my point is that, there's still tons of memory slips that I would never think in a million years, because this is my personal taste, right? This is not a memory of a date, but this is a taste. This is how I've always ordered my cheeseburger. So for me to not even think about that, I didn't even think about it. It was, I want this combo and that'll be that and this is that. And I was like, and I get home, and of course, that's when Anthony was like, no, you didn't even order the combo that you normally order. And I was like, no way. And he's like, yeah, no, you didn't. He goes, you didn't even order the one that I went, no wonder the whole I couldn't finish it because the taste was off. Like, I'm really particular about cheeseburgers and whatever. I mean, I don't want it to be sweet. I don't like barbecue sauce on my cheeseburgers. I don't like, I'm just particular. I like literally a homegrown cheeseburger. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, pickles, and cheese occasionally, right? I mean, very, very, sometimes bacon. Everyone loves bacon on a cheeseburger. But, not only did I not order the dill pickles, but I didn't even order my regular, which is the only meal, that's the only meal I've ever ordered from that restaurant. It's like it's Carl's Jr., which is like a Hardee's. It's fast food. So since I've been here for 5 years, I've ordered the same thing primarily 95% of the time and the same way. So to walk in there and not have maybe an inkling that I wanted extra pickles on my cheeseburger by taste, and then to find out that not only did I not order the extra pickles, dill pickles, but that I didn't even order the right food. It's just, it kind of shocks me. Like, it's making me feel more and more and more like there's no reason for me to. And even though I've been working on neuroplasticity, and matter of fact, I test myself now in all these little ways. Anthony and I watch a lot of programs together that have been out for like a really long time. So we have like a collection. And so what I do is my goal is to remember, like when we leave off of whatever it is that we're watching, my goal is to remember what episode we're on. So when we come back to it, I'm neuroplasticity, I'm stretching everything, I'm making it work. If I can't remember to order dill pickles on my own cheeseburger and even order the right cheeseburger, there's probably not any reason for me to try and remember shit, to be perfectly frank with you. That's how I feel about that right now. I think that's shocking. I mean, shocking is an understatement because there are no words to say. You mean my taste, me. I am ordering for me. I'm not remembering anyone else's order. I didn't remember to ask for extra pickles on my own cheeseburger, which I have done literally for 25 years. That's not my whole life, but I've always had extra dill pickles since I was a tiny little child. But I don't really remember ordering cheeseburgers when I was a kid or whatever. But I mean, as an adult or a young adult, whatever, extra pickles, baby, pile them on there. I mean, I don't mean like 4 when I say extra. I like pickles. So it was really weird. It was just really weird because it's such a thing. It's such a pet peeve of mine that even Anthony, if he goes and orders it without me, he doesn't want to deal with it because he's thinking they're not going to put the dill pickles on or something's going to go wrong because they use sweet pickles there too at this Carl's Jr., which is really bizarre. So it's not even like, it's not that it didn't even get, see, and I know that. I guess that's my point. I know they use sweet pickles. And I always go, no sweet pickles, dill, sour pickles. So, I have to make sure they understand. And it just didn't dawn on me at all. And this is the only restaurant that I've ever been to in my entire life that puts sweet pickles on their cheeseburgers. I've been going there for 5.5 years now. 5.5 years. And I walk in tonight. Not only did I not order what I normally order, and I know this, I'm looking at the menu. So somehow I didn't see it. And see, I've talked about this, how the brain doesn't see certain things. I'm a writer and I do a ton of writing. I'm a blogger. I research a ton of news. I'm just go, right? And I make typos now, a lot of typos since the head injury that I don't see. And I mean, I'm talking about just not just typos, like my mind will put words that aren't even, they're not even the words that I'm in my mind writing. I write at my brain and it's like two different things are going on. And this is just the nature of the injury. It is, I got to tell you, I'm a little frustrated about it. I'm not, okay, I don't want to say that I'm frustrated, but certainly I am. I'm almost gripping my hands. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated because I'm working really hard on neuroplasticity and memory, but I didn't even order my own food right. And I've been ordering that food there, on and off, like, cause that's, if we're going to do fast food restaurant, that's the restaurant we choose because the quality of the meat's at least higher. And, it's not like you're getting a McDonald's cheeseburger where I happen to love Big Macs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disparage them, but we're trying to order, if you're ordering fast food, you try to order like maybe what you consider better food or whatever. But 5.5 years we've been going there. In 5.5 years, I've ordered the same thing. And tonight, I walked in and it didn't dawn on me to say, please make sure there's no sweet pickles on my, I can't, I'm right now, I think when I make these videos and I come on here and I think I use the word shock a lot. I think that's because I feel like I'm in shock a little bit right now. Again. And how many times can the mind and the heart and the soul sustain that, being shocked by your own self too frequently? I don't know if I told you in the last video, I quit trying to track everything because it's too much. And what's really weird is I'm able to remember a ton of different things. Like I'm constantly researching. I'm an astrophotographer. I love astrophysics. That I don't take that lightly. I actually educate myself. I'm a huge solar geoelectric storm geometric. I'm huge into solar storms. Constellations. I'm totally into so many different things, and it just. So it's not like, okay, my neurologist, I was really, she says I need to take it easy on myself. Apparently I'm really hard on myself. She said that, I probably need to step off of myself a little actually, because I'm on it, but it just feels, I'm almost a stranger to myself. I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm almost a stranger to myself. And this is not anywhere near as dark as what it looks in here. This is terrible lighting. So believe me, I take vitamins, I take supplements, I drink green tea. I'm an extraordinarily healthy person. I'm doing all the stuff for the body, the mind, the soul. I'm doing all the right things, but it just kind of feels like I don't even like drinking alcohol now because it's like, you want all of your facilities. Once your mind has been compromised, anything that compromises it after that makes you uncomfortable. If I try to, drink, or it makes me feel very uncomfortable because I know that my facilities are already in question. So if you add intoxicants to it, you're just forget about it. If you do that, with a head injury, if you have like substantial damage and you're experiencing things like I and so many people do, right? It's not, just me. This is not the reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't find enough information, other people's experiences, to calm me down, to help me. And so I decided that I would do these to help other people, public service announcements, PSA. But I wanted to show the organic process that anyone who's suffering any kind of ailment will go through, right? So mine's the head injury. I've chosen Head Injury Jane as my moniker. And because I obviously had, Jane Doe, because you forget your memory. I don't know who I am, right? So I thought that was an interesting way to approach Head Injury Jane, approach my story, because I think I was literally, I don't want to say I was in disbelief. I think shock is the proper term when I first realized what was going on in April of this year. shock doesn't begin to cover it. But there's still plenty of room in my life to be shocked, apparently. And I know I've talked about this too, where when you still go through these things and they're new, it's just, I don't even know what to say. I couldn't remember my own food, my own cheeseburger. So it's a little rough. Okay. Well, take great care. Watch your heads. I just wanted to come on and share that with you because I was really worried in June and July that I was declining, because I actually twitch now a little bit sometimes, like, especially if I'm tired, the more tired I am, I'll actually twitch. Like, I'll just be sitting here and I lift my hand to do something, it'll go like ding. I'm like, okay, then, that's new. Now, so far it hasn't, caused me to have any serious, like I haven't dropped. Well, I've been really droppy. I had to buy a bunch of new tweezers because I keep dropping my tweezers. So I went to TJ Maxx and like paid $1.99, $4.99 and $4.99, because I keep dropping them. So I'm dropping now. I'm dropping more things. This is new. I've never been a dropper. I'm not someone who breaks things. Forget about trying to. I had to reorganize a bunch of my stuff, and I still, you still walk around like I'll still find things, and I'm like, oh, that's right. This is my stuff. Because you don't. The mind now does not work the same. So it's very different. I'm going through tweezers apparently because I keep dropping them. Once you drop them, the alignment goes out and they can't work. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to have tweezers. I'm a woman, for God's sake. Women, we need tweezers. So there are a lot of things that I experience that has to do with the head injury that I don't report on. And that's because it's your life. It's my life, right? So I don't want to feel like every time something happens, I need to like come on and kind of track myself to the point of obsession, or that I upset myself further because I'm too busy like fix it, and you got to make it work, and it's got to be all stressful. I don't want it to be like that, right? My goal is to come on when I experience things that are probably significant enough, like not ordering my food the way not just not ordering it the way I normally order, but even ordering the wrong thing. I don't even know what to say about that, because I was like, this bun is different. It doesn't taste good. He's like, well, you didn't order what you normally order. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you didn't order what you normally order. I'm like, no way. And not only did I not, I know I already told you, I'm sorry. It's just, it's just weird. It really does make me want to give up. Because what's the point? I mean, you know what I mean? What's the point if I can't remember my own food that I order? I don't know. That's too weird to me. I'm not sure. I think I might cry when I end this video because it feels pretty rotten, to think, so that means that, yeah, I'm still in that slide of loss, and I keep thinking, and when I make these videos, and I've talked about this a little bit, I keep thinking it's going to get better. But every time I come on here and report, it's quite the opposite. I'm able to stretch my memory on certain things, but like as a rule, I mean, I don't even order my own food properly. I don't even know what to say. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. I hope that if you're viewing this, I hope in a way that if you're a head injury survivor and you're going through these things, I hope that somehow all of this that I'm doing helps somebody someplace, because it just can't be for nothing. The head injury and everything that I'm experiencing, it just can't be for nothing. It can't be that is the loss. That's the loss, and that's it. So I'm not going to allow my injury to be for nothing and garner no positive outcome. There's got to be positive outcomes. So if I can help, or at least someone commiserates, identifies, understands, just one person, then I feel like I'm probably doing a pretty good thing. You know, but it is strange to kind of lose hope in yourself a little bit, I think, in just a breath. I mean, I think I understand now when the neurologist says, go easy on you. You need to go easy on yourself. You know, I've had several doctors say you need to, but I kind of take my memory and my life and my choices and things that I do quite serious. But if I'm just kind of like this walking, who knows, a walking question mark, like, well, am I just going to forget my name in the next few months? You know, is it going to decline? You know, so it's unique. It's unique. And I hope I give you more hope than I bring you sadness, because it seems like every time I come on here, I'm like, well, but here's a new low. But really, I think it's about trying to share the experiences. So maybe I don't feel so alone myself in them. Because I am a recluse. I'm very reclusive. And I don't know. It's just bizarre. Anyway, I hope that you guys are doing great. And I hope that you take great care. And please watch your heads. And if you do hit your head, ice it and get to a doctor and start working on cognitive processes. If you know something's not right, you got to work on it immediately. You know, I didn't realize I was so cognitively impaired until this year. I just didn't know, because I guess I thought, like I said, I thought I was going to physically die. I didn't realize my life was going to be changed. Excuse my language. But yeah, I'm impaired. I would be afraid to drive now. And because if I'm driving someplace and I forget where I'm going, and I can panic if that's one of the things with a head injury that's very new to me. I've never really been a panicky person. God, it's 22 minutes. But I will panic. Okay, I got to get off here. Okay, so take care.